Microphone problems again. I cannot hear you. No audio, Vianney. Where is Vianney? What about Hector? Can you hear me?
Yes, teacher, sorry.
Yes, excellent. There you are. Good night, brother. Are you
Good night.
working?
No, in this moment, no.
Very good. Very, very good. So let's then focus on our class because we have a short time and we are going to begin with lesson 1. Everybody, please pay attention to this because the lesson is very, very important today. Okay, we are going to begin. We are going to start with a little bit of vocabulary. So let's go, everybody, with this. And let's start with the first word. Okay, the first word looks like this. Yesterday, we practiced with the sounds. On Monday, sorry. On Monday, we practiced the sounds. In this moment, for vocabulary, we need to practice the sounds. So let's pronounce, everybody. E.
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 A.
E.
Ear.
Ear.
Er.
Er.
E.
E.
A.
A.
Ea.
Yeah.
Er.
Er.
U.
U.
Ur.
Ur.
O.
O.
A.
A.
O.
A.
I.
I.
R.
R.
O.
Au.
O.
O.
Oi.
Oi.
Or.
Or.
O.
O.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ja.
Ra.
Ra.
Wa.
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 Ba.
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 Ba. The.
T.
The.
D. J.
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 S.
S.
Z.
Z.
Sh.
Sh. Z. K.
Ga.
G.
Mm.
Mm.
N.
Mm.
Ang. Ra.
Ra.
L.
L.
And the short sound.
A.
Ah, exactly. Yes, of course. Okay, so let's go through the vocabulary. The vocabulary of our lesson. Everybody pronunciation. Let's start with Hector.
Is a personal trainer.
Very good. Everybody pronunciation. Personal trainer.
Personal trainer.
Personal trainer.
Good job. A personal trainer is a person. This vocabulary is B2 because it's about occupations. And a personal trainer is a person who teaches people or animals to perform a particular job, skill, or to do a particular sport. This vocabulary, guys, is for your glossary.
Okay.
Okay. So let's start using this vocabulary into your glossary with the definition and the following examples. Fitness trainer. For example, a fitness trainer. Right? Or a racehorse trainer. Yes or no?
Yes.
Good. So help me with this. Well, no examples. Let's continue with the next one. Take a note. And let's go with the next one. Pronunciation. Viridiana. Help me with this.
Web designer.
Very good. Everybody pronunciation?
Web designer.
Very good.
Web designer.
Perfect. Vianney is back.
Yes.
Hello. Web designer.
Web designer.
A web designer. A web designer is a person who decides the position of shapes, patterns, and visual characteristics. Ooh, what happened? I hear you. A person who decides the position of shapes, patterns, and visual characteristics of products and websites. Questions?
No, teacher.
No? Everybody understands, no problem. Let's go to the next. Vianney, how do you pronounce this?
Student.
Excellent.
Student.
Everybody pronunciation. Student.
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 Now be careful. I hear people saying a student, not
Student.
a student. There is no e.
Student.
Aha, correct, Hector. Everybody. Student.
Student.
Ah,
Student.
very good. In English is student. It's not a student. No, no, no. That's Spanglish. So we're talking about a student. Very similar phonetic, right? Tell me, what is student? A student is a person who is studying at a university or college. There are different examples, such as a college university student, a graduate student, medical law student, international students. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Let's go to the next. The next one is, oh. Hector, how do you pronounce this one?
Ah. Easy.
Of course, easy peasy for you. This is kindergarten for you.
No. Journalist.
Exactly. The sound is the famous J right here.
J. J.
Journalist.
Journalist.
Exactly. Everybody pronunciation. Journalist.
Journalist.
Exactly. A journalist is a person who collects and writes news, stories, or newspapers, magazines, radio, TV, or online sites. This is a journalist. Yes or no?
Yes.
Easy peasy.
It's like Jose Ramon Fernandez.
Jose Ramon Fernandez is a sports journalist. Of course. Mhm. And there are different types of journalists. There are sports journalists, politics journalists, entertainment journalists, etc., etc. Right? Let's go with the next. Pronunciation. Viridiana.
Secretary.
Good. Now let's identify the strong syllable. Okay. In the symbols, you will see the apostrophe. Okay. The syllable next to the apostrophe is strong. So it's secret.
Okay.
Secretary.
Secretary.
Secretary, no. Secretary.
Secretary.
Secret.
Secretary.
Secretary. Exactly. Secretary.
Secretary. Secretary.
Secretary.
Excellent. Everybody pronunciation. Secretary.
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 Not secret. No, no, no. It's secret. Secretary.
Secretary.
Excellent. Secretary. That's the correct. What is a secretary? Sorry. A secretary is a person who works in an office working for another person. That's a secretary. All these vocabulary, guys, is for your glossary because this is A2 vocabulary. Any question in this moment?
No, teacher.
No?
No.
Well, this vocabulary is very important because we are going to identify the jobs for each person in this video. It's very important to establish and to know the people in the video that we are going to study. In this video, we can see Alex, we can see David, we can see also Gio, there is Yoko, there is Liz, and there is Kim. Now you can see the correlation, right? When you are talking about occupations and professions, you need a specific formula to speak about professions. First, you need to identify the verb be. That's the first expression. Here is a list of persons that we are going to study. To speak about professions, you need the verb be. So, you use the person. Feminine is she. Masculine is he. Object is it. Personal person is I. Plural people we. Plural people they. And directly to you, you. Together with the verb be. So, this information together with article a and an is necessary for professions. Remember, is a and an for professions. So let's talk about these different people. Okay? Here you have Arthur, Melissa, Yumal, Nikki, and Ryan. In a moment, we are going to continue with David, Gio, Im, and Alex. Let's start with Arthur. Arthur is a doctor. Everybody repeat. Arthur is a doctor.
Arthur is
Doctor
a doctor.
Arthur is a doctor.
Good. Let's go now with Hector. Hector, what is Melissa?
Melissa is a flight attendant.
Perfect. That's correct. Good job. Tell me, Vianney, what is Yumal? What
Eh,
is Yumal, Vianney?
um, photographer.
Photographer, complete idea is person, verb to be, a and an.
Okay. Jumal
Mhm,
is
mhm.
a photographer.
Much better. Correct. Exactly. Good job. Viridiana, what is Nikki?
Nikki is an influencer.
Good job. What happens with influencer? Influencer starts with E. A, E, I, O, U. So A and an is incorrect. When you have A, E, I, O, U, you need article
And
and. Exactly. You need article and. So let's repeat.
Nikki is an influencer.
That's right. That's correct. Good job. Now let's go to Hector. Hector, what is Ryan?
Mm, Ryan is a designer.
That is totally correct. Very good. In this similar fashion, let's check your memory. Okay, attention to your memory. Let's go to the next video. Tell me, Vianney. You see Alex? Well, Alex is not at the gym. Let's start with David. Okay? Vianney, what is David?
Journalist.
Correct.
David is a journalist.
Very good. David is a journalist. Good construction. Next. Help me, Viridiana. Do you remember what is Alex's occupation?
yes, teacher.
What is it?
Alex is um mm, 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 fitness trainer.
Fitness trainer. That is totally correct. Good job. Exactly. Alex is a fitness trainer. Good. Hector. What is Yoko?
Jesus Christ.
No, Yoko is not Jesus Christ.
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Look at the photo. What is she doing? Have an industrial kitchen. Dishes.
Yoko is a chef.
Exactly. You see, you need to pay attention on the process. Yes, come on. Okay, Yoko is a chef. What about Biani? Biani, what is Liz? That's difficult because you have
Liz is an artist.
good. Okay. Okay, new vocabulary, no? Let's go through the dictionary.
Okay.
And this,
Singer.
exactly. Singer.
Singer.
That's right. And at the same time, okay, repeat, Biani.
Liz is a singer.
That is correct. Good job. At the same time, Liz has another job. The singer is a hobby. The real profession of Liz, who remembers? Viridiana, do you remember the real profession of Liz? Okay, don't remember. Let's try then with Hector. Hector, do you remember the real profession?
Singer.
Singer is the hobby.
The
Pay attention. Yes, Vianney said singer, that is correct, but this is the hobby. The real profession is a web designer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Liz is a web designer. This is very important for the videos in the next classes. Okay, web designer, chef, student, journalist, fitness trainer, and let's go with Kim. Hector, what is Kim's profession?
Kim is a secretary.
Yes,
Secretary.
pronunciation. Very good.
Secretary.
One more time.
Kim is a secretary.
Kim is a secretary. Good job. Okay, so we are happy with the connectors. What about you? Let's start with Viridiana. What are you?
I am personal trainer.
You are a personal trainer. Okay, good job. Nice. Hector, what are you?
I need a personal trainer.
You are not a personal trainer.
I need.
You need a personal trainer.
Yes, I
Miss
need.
Viridiana. Contact Viridiana.
Viridiana. I am a business administrator.
Exactly. With conviction, are you or not?
Okay, I am a business administration.
Administration? No.
No.
Administrator.
Administrator.
But it's a little easier because this is C1, you see? So this is really, really not the most common. The most common is the word manager.
Oh.
That's better. That's more common. So what are you?
O sea, is a business manager?
Correct, brother. Complete idea?
I am a business manager.
You are a business manager.
Oh.
Oh, exactly. And what about Vianney? What are you?
The same. I am a financial administrator and
Administrator is
cosmetologist.
advanced. What is the word?
Okay. Financial manager.
Correct. You are a financial manager, continue.
And cosmetologist is my job.
And cosmetologist is your job. That's fantastic. Good job. Very, very good job. So you're a financial manager and cosmetologist is your job. Good job. Why not administrator? The reason we prefer manager is because manager is more appropriate to jobs. Administrator exists too, but this is in a different context. Okay. Number one, administrator is formal conversation, and manager is more casual conversation. Manager is more common than administrator.
Well, in my job, for example, when you say the person is manager, is because in this case is gerente.
Sometimes, but
For example, materials manager, quality manager.
but one thing is to have a lead manager and a manager. We don't have it here. Lead manager. One thing is to be a lead manager, and other very different is to be only manager.
Oh,
You are a manager. And there are different names. Exists the lead manager, exists the chief executive manager. And there are different types of managers.
okay.
You see? But you are the business manager.
Correct, teacher.
That's right. All right. So let's practice with part 2. Okay? In part 2, we are going to learn how to respond the word who. Who, every other pronunciation. Who,
Who?
exactly. This pronunciation is very important because many people confuse who versus how. Who is very different from how. So if you say, how are you, is not similar to who are you. Okay. Who is the question for person. Question for person and question for identity. So we are talking about the person and the identity of another person. Okay. Question for person and or identity. Every time you say hello to another person, you need to present, you need to introduce your friend, another person that is with you. And you usually speak using the connector, no, the word who. Who for identity. Who is this? The question who is very important to establish a good communication with the person. And the word this is the expression necessary for introductions. The word this is for introductions. So you express the following thing. Who is this? Response or answer, this is Arthur. Okay? You use the word this to identify a person. This and that. So when I show you, yes,
I have a question.
you have a question.
Who only use for a person? I don't know.
Correct. Yes,
Yes.
of course. Who is only for persons, never
Okay.
for example, numbers or objects or no?
Objects, no.
Objects, no.
Only person. Okay.
Only persons, exactly. Because the contrary for who is what. The word what is for objects. What is this? This is a cell phone. Who is this? This is Arthur.
Okay.
That was a very good question.
Thank
Mhm. So what you need to separate, you need to take pay attention to the difference between what and who. What is for objects, who is for people. Introductions. So we can put together all this information in a structure. Do you remember the screenshots? This is the structure that we use for descriptions, introductions, and professions. And we are going to have in mind the similar structure that we were checking before. We use the person, no, let me change this. Is who, then we have the verb be, and then we have the word this. Who is this? Answer. This is, and then the name of the person. In the same fashion, we can talk about profession. Introduction versus profession. This is Fernando, and then we use the person Fernando is a or an English teacher. Questions?
Teacher, remember say this is for person, correct?
Exactly.
And objects, or is different?
It's the same for objects too.
Okay.
For objects too. The difference between objects and persons is a question.
Okay.
Okay,
In
let's talk about it. Let me help you with the difference. The difference indeed, if you are talking about persons, introductions, we use who. Okay, but if you're talking about objects, we use what. This is a or an, and then the name. And of course, the object has no profession, no?
mhm.
This is the difference between the two. Introductions versus objects.
Teacher,
Yes.
When I introduce myself,
Mhm.
for example, it's correct when I say this is Hector, for example.
For yourself, you say I. I am Hector.
I am Hector.
Exactly. The expression this is for a different person. I am Fernando and this is my best friend. You see?
Okay.
I am Fernando and this is my wife.
When I
Right.
talk with someone by phone, by cell phone, is incorrect.
Oh, okay. That was a very good, very, very good observation. When you are talking on the phone, you are not introducing yourself.
Uh-huh.
You are identifying yourself. So for phone calls and for identification, when you knock a door, the two possible questions are, who is this? This is Fernando. Only on the phone.
Okay.
If you knock the door and somebody says, who is this? This is not normal. People usually say, who is it?
Mm,
Okay. So on the phone, you can say, this is Fernando talking. How are you? But on the door, you say, it's Fernando. It's the pizza. It's the Rappi, you know, it's. That's the difference between the two.
okay, teacher. Yeah.
Got it?
Correct.
So let's practice. We are going to practice and you are going to have a conversation. Hector, ask Vianney the identification of this person. Vianney, respond with name and profession.
Okay. Vianney, who is mm, who is Alex?
Because you don't know. You don't know the person.
Uh-huh.
So how do you make a question for a mysterious person?
Okay. Who is I don't know.
Is this lesson? What is the question that we use for Arthur?
Who is this?
Exactly. So the same thing happens with this person. Mysterious person.
Is the same question. Who is this?
Exactly. Yes, that's correct. Who is this? Conversation with Vianney.
This is Alex.
Just a second, Vianney. Hector, conversation with Vianney.
Vianney, who is this?
This is Alex.
All right. Profession.
This is a personal shopper.
Personal shopper.
I
What
don't know.
happened? What happened? Viridiana, can you tell us what is his profession?
Yes, Alex is a personal trainer.
He's a personal
Yes,
trainer.
sorry.
Exactly. So can you repeat? Who is this, Vianney?
This is Alex,
Comma.
and this is personal training.
Uh-oh, we have a problem. When you said this is Alex, the expression this is perfect for the identification.
Okay.
For the profession, eliminate this.
Alex is a personal trainer.
That's correct. And what is the person that corresponds to Alex?
Okay. Um,
I repeat,
him.
what
Okay.
is the person that corresponds to Alex?
Him.
He, exactly. So complete.
Okay. This is Alex. He is a personal trainer.
That's correct. He's a personal trainer. That's the difference. Good job. Vianney, ask Viridiana about David.
Viridiana, who is this?
This is David. He is a
A journalist. Exactly. One more time.
This is David.
Uh-huh.
He is a journalist.
Correct. Perfect, Viridiana. Viridiana, ask Hector.
Hector, who is this? Who is this? Yeah.
Again.
Who is this?
Perfect.
Is this?
Exactly.
This is Gio.
Mhm.
Gio is a what? Personal trainer?
A personal trainer?
Oh,
What is he doing in the photo?
no. It's Gio is what?
What is Gio? Memory, Hector. Come on.
Memory is that.
Anybody remember? What is Gio?
Student.
Student.
Student?
Exactly.
Gio is a student.
Student is consonant.
And student.
Incorrect. And is for
A student?
Repetition.
Okay, this is Gio. Gio is a student.
Perfect. That's correct. Finally, Hector, ask Vianney.
Vianney, who is this?
This is Yoko. She is a chef.
Fantastic. My people, we finished for today. Excellent job. Perfect class. So good conversation, good production. Tomorrow we continue with the next vocabulary and switch to Spanish. Recuerden que al ver estas palabras, en el momento en que veamos vocabulario, necesito que tengan abierto su glosario. ¿Ok? Entonces, en este caso, tenemos, por ejemplo, y llegaron las ediciones del clase anterior y aquí ya en su glosario les puse 2 divisores. Ya vi que ya lo actualizó Viridiana, muy bien. Luego aquí están las palabras. Te lo puse separado los dos espacios. Te puse personal glossary abajo y más abajo todavía está Book of Corrections. Chécalo abajo para que puedas llenar tu personal glossary. En el caso de Vianney igual. Saca tu cel en este momento. Cuando vemos el vocabulario, vas pasando las palabras que sean nuevas para ti. Recuerden, solamente las palabras nuevas, las que ya conozcan, no necesitan tenerlas ahí. ¿Vale? En el
Ok.
caso, Héctor, ya abrí el Google Keep, hermano. Chécalo. Ya te hice unas observaciones ahí y ya te dije, ya te puse en dónde iniciar tu glosario. Ahí es donde tienes que escribir estas palabras en el momento que las veamos en clase. All right.
Ya lo vi, teacher. De hecho, tenía la duda. Yo dije, ¿sí lo hice bien o no lo hice bien?
Sí, lo hiciste bien, me llegó la
Oye.
notificación y todo, ya pude entrar. Entonces, conforme ustedes vayan tomando notas, yo los voy viendo, lo estoy checando aquí, cómo están haciendo sus notas. ¿Vale?
De acuerdo.
Y listo. All right. Terminamos por hoy. Excellent class. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
See
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Thank
See
you.
you
Bye.
later.
you.